hitting up a J right after. We got off the phone, yeah, we just reconnected. Been a while since we spoke. You tell me that it's been destined, but the uncertainty, baby, it made you shy away. Now you're not saying I won't make it, what you trying to say?
Happy Thursday. Hope you're all doing well. Have some notes that I wanted to just recap here. So I was talking with someone in marketing about niche marketing and talking about, let's say we were to go after like HVAC companies, what would kind of the language sound like if you were to leverage LinkedIn and you saw people that were in the HVAC industry. So it could be like, hey, I see that you're connected with 5 engineers. Who do you know? Let me name them off for you, just because we're connected on LinkedIn. Remember, that's one of the main reasons of LinkedIn is to be able to connect each other with each other. First degrees, second degrees, third degrees, that's the whole concept. Others, I specialize with companies, would like to learn more about you and your company. Next one is, how did you get started in HVAC? And help a business owner be a resource to them and their employees. So you could say something along the lines of, hey, Mary, see that you run an HVAC business, something that I specialize in, working with business owners and their employees. Another one is, good question to ask them is, how do you attract and retain the talent at your company? And then the whole goal is to get in front of them and be able to have the one-on-one conversations that lead to further conversations and allow you to be able to know more of the details. So when it comes to, let's say, getting a list or, going through your LinkedIn connections, it's about sifting. So, you don't get emotional if, let's say, it's back in, 1849 and we're, at the gold rush. You don't get emotional over all the sand and other minerals that you're going through. Ultimately, you're looking for gold. And so you don't want to get too caught up in that emotionally. So the same thing works here when you have a huge list of individuals that you're trying to get in front of. The whole goal is, hey, if I have 100 contacts in here, let me see if I can get this down to 10 or down to 20. So it's a little bit more manageable. And then here's just shifting. These are some notes that I took down when I was up in Omaha for some training. It's called the Giver List. So help centers of influence get what they need, and how can I help you is ultimately the question. The advisor, the power of your habits is if you get 4 referrals a day, set 3 appointments a day, 5 points per day, that's going to lead to success. Now for me in my role, the goal is to set 1 interview, to gain 1 referral, and do 1 joint meeting, and to read an article and to post each day. So those are the five key elements there. And then wrote down some different goals spiritually on October 3rd, 2019, to prep a talk each week spiritually. Intellectually, to read material daily, which I'm doing. Know people by name in my church congregation. And then physical, 10,000 steps per day, run a marathon. Did not run the marathon. Next one, I like this. Winners keep score. They sure do. They play differently. Marketing and prospecting, who to call. It's about gathering of names, association groups, narrow the list, and identify network research. Connecting the dots. So it's about brainstorming to get to a specific niche identification. You increase the names and also the ability to have a feeder list when you sit down with someone when it comes to gaining referrals. And then finally, the last note that I have here is, this is going back to the niche marketing. I had my marketing team pull some research, and I want to be able to invite you to come have a conversation with me to see if I can help you and be a resource to you. That's the goal. And then finally, last piece here, respect, successful, open-minded, go-giver, qualities in bringing in as clients and advisors.
Hey there, everybody. Quick stop at Walmart. Wanted to get some flavored water because the Juven that I bought on Amazon is unflavored, so got to get some flavor in there. So the simplest of tasks to go get that in the drink aisle, the little mixes. I'd pull them up, but I can't because I'm holding myself up with the crutches. But I'll show them to you. Took 15 minutes, so it's a little bit slower here. Luckily, my next meeting's not till 8:30, and it's about 7 7 o'clock, 7:15. So we have an hour and 15 minutes to get going. Let's go. All right, there we go, everybody. Put the attachment on the window so that way I could do this. So I had a great meeting with Julie, talking about just what she's doing, what she's involved with. She recently moved over from the residential side, more in the commercial side, the business owner side, and is focused on that, just a little less emotional, which matches more of her personality, being more of a kind of business-minded individual herself. And so it was a great conversation. And again, when it comes to networking, for me, the attitude is to ask good questions, listen, and ultimately what I'm trying to get at in an initial kind of get to know you conversation is, how can I help you? How can I be of value? Because we all have different networks. We all have different people that we're looking for from a business perspective who can help us and help us grow. And so that really is the overall focus for me in that initial conversation. And so as she was talking, I'm then thinking in my mind, who can I introduce her to? Maybe from a personality perspective that'll match. And then also, who's going to be a good contact for her and what she's doing. And that way I can immediately be of value to her. And so I want to be able to send out a referral digitally in an email. Let's say I'd send it over to, let me think. Let's say Ed, and I'd be like, and I'd CC her on it. I'd say, hey, just wanted to make the introduction. I think the two of you might hit it off. I might describe kind of what she's doing or not. I might allow that to just be part of the conversation and just say, I think that you two could, work well together from a business perspective. Let me know. And then I leave it at that, and then consider this a digital introduction. And that's the email. So that makes it really easy. Or if I end up seeing that person face to face, then I can have that conversation. But a lot of times it's just focused in on being able to make that introduction, see if it helps them get to where they need to go. All right, everybody, now we're headed back to the office. Need to leave in about an hour out to the University of Houston. I just need to give myself enough time due to the boot to make sure that I can get off to there safely. So, not safely. Allow enough time for me to walk with the crutches from the parking garage to the business. It starts at noon. They said they'll have lunch, or maybe it's 12:30. So I want to leave at around 11:30 to get out there, maybe even 11:15 to get myself enough time. So it's 10:30 10:15 right now. Get to the office around 10:35. Quickly just check in with the team, see how everybody's doing, and then we'll roll on out. Hope you're all doing great. Sherm is out. But here we are, University of Houston, visitor parking, jumping. But Monica from the Houston West Chamber of Commerce got me that. She saw me limping around, knew a friend that had fractured their foot and it got rear-ended in a motorcycle accident, so much more traumatic than mine. But he had this sitting in his attic, and so I'm renting it from him. So like half the price versus buying it. So good on her. I owe her because she went out of her way. Said it was only 20 minutes away, but that's freaking awesome that she went out of her way after hours, picked this up for me, and here it is. Mobility. It's a nice thing. Here we are, everybody. Woo! Nice. Buttons are amazing. Trying to do this with crutches without it, difficult. All right, Bauer Business School. That was a ton of fun. Great students here. You guys are doing great. Sherm's out. Met with Mike at U of H. Good to chat with him. He's over at the program Excellence in Selling, PES program, and so it was great to chat with him about some different strategies and how he can reach out to some different businesses. And I said one of the nice phrases I like to use when you get a hold of an assistant or executive is, hey, maybe you can help me out a little bit. I'm trying to see if the owner, who I'm trying to get a hold of, if they play golf. And that's what he's doing. He's trying to get golf sponsorships. And so leverage the desire that they have to be able to help people and see if that can work better in your favor, instead of just leaving a voicemail. At the same time, I said, think of people that enjoy golfing in that community. It's in Kingwood. So I said, what about lawyers, financial advisors, investment advisors, maybe even doctors? See if we can reach out to some clinics and see if they want to have a golf outing. And That way you're trying to address those that already like golfing, so you're not trying to sell the unsellable. Well, that's a productive day. Sherm's out. Great time here, Bauer Business School. Let's go. Let's use this button here. Woohoo!
But I do this cause I live like I'ma die today. Passionate about it, you gotta have it of doubting. I gotta have it of working and earning it. I am out in the city of angels. I know that they're looking out for me. This is my testimony for all of y'all that been doubting me. The evidence is evident. Music is my medicine, my testament. Meant to be true to you, a legend in the making. Make the best of every moment. Cause nothing lasts forever, but forever I'll be focused. Focus on a now.